So today we have the 5 mistakes that first-time home buyers make. Number 1 is not working with a buyer's agent. So as a first-time home buyer, you do not know what you don't know. So it might seem like a very simple process. Maybe you read a couple blogs about it. But the truth is that you don't know even what pitfalls to watch out for because you've never done it before. So there's a lot of moving parts in terms of the real estate end. You got that moving, and then you also have the lender, and that's moving. You got to get documents to them. They're doing underwriting processing. That's all moving, and you also have your title insurance and the closing process, along with inspections, appraisal, yada yada yada. So the whole thing is really, really complicated, so I cannot stress that you need a professional working on your side. Another great benefit is that you don't pay for it. So if you didn't know, the seller pays for both real estate agents, their own, and the buyer's agent. So it's a free service to you, and so you should definitely capitalize on it. Mistake number 2 is looking for a home before you are actually qualified for a loan. So the temptation is to look at homes because that's the fun and exciting part. But the problem is that if we don't have a price point, if we don't know how much loan you are actually qualified for, then we could go find you a home that cost, say, X. And say, when it comes down to it, you're only qualified for X minus $50,000. Now, you've fallen in love with this home. It's the forever house, and we cannot write an offer on it, and you cannot have it. And so now I look like an idiot because now I've shown you something that you can't have. You're probably very upset. It's just a bad thing to do. So get your documents, go find your W-2s, your pay stubs, go find your tax returns, and just get those in, talk to the lender, and get a price point and shop within it. That's the best advice I can give. Number 3, the third mistake that I see all the time is not considering all the costs of home ownership. So while home ownership is great and there are a lot of awesome incentives for it, especially in the US with the way our tax code is written, there is a lot more costs. So you have your down payment, you have your mortgage, and on top of that, you might not have considered, but you have property taxes, and you have property insurance, and then any wear and tear on the house, that's coming out of your pocket. As an example, today we found out that my fiance had not winterized our outdoor hoses, and when we turned them on today, they leaked everywhere into our basement, out of the siding of the house, and that will fall on us and no one else. So just keep that in mind. There is more cost than you might think. Number 4, the 4th mistake that first-time home buyers make is spending all of your savings on the down payment in an attempt to stay out of mortgage insurance. And as a result, your rainy day fund suffers. So it's very important that you keep reserves for yourself and keep that rainy day fund healthy and happy and set aside so God forbid something happens, like your pipes burst because you didn't winterize. You have a nice little nest egg for that. So it's very important, especially right now in the US. Most lenders will lend you a mortgage with only 3% down. So if you do not have any interest in other properties at this time or within the last 7 years, you can put as little as 3% down and get a conventional loan. So really there's no reason to totally deplete your savings, and so keep that rainy day fund alive and well. And the 5th mistake that you want to avoid as a first-time home buyer is to get a loan or open a credit card or open any new line of credit between the time that you are pre-qualified and the time that you close. So it is tempting to, when you purchase a home, you're under contract, to go, oh great, now I want a new couch, I want a new car, I want all this other stuff. Do not, just keep your credit where it is. Don't spend a lot of your money. Just try to do as little as possible in that month to make sure that you're going to be able to close on that loan. Because what lenders do is right before closing, they pull your credit one more time to make sure that nothing has changed from the original time that they pulled your credit to closing day. And so if in that time frame you go and buy a new car, open a new credit card, or get any kind of other loan, you're going to have a really big problem closing on that house. So just make sure that if you are in that situation, that you You do as little as possible while you're under contract. So those are them. It is March 2018, and I want to tell you about a couple awesome places that you can go eat that have recently opened. So number one is the Food Emporium Zeppelin Station. So this is on 35th and Wazee in Rhino, and this is of similar style to Rayback Collective or Avanti, but basically it's a big food court area. But what's very special about this one is that they have very high-end chefs, and there is a variety of food from all over the globe. So check that out. Another one is my new favorite place ever. So I live in Lafayette, and we just got Stem Cidery's restaurant and tap house called Acreage. And so the really cool thing is that they're opening, they've opened their location, but on top of that, they're going to plant a whole orchard that they use the apples from the orchard, and then they make the cider all on site. And it'll be like wine country. So in the summer, you can go take your cider and go have a picnic and walk through the orchards. And it has a phenomenal view. So definitely check that out. If you're in the Lafayette area, you can pull it up on Google and figure out how to get there. So those are the exciting new places. If you know of any other exciting places and think I should tell everybody about it, leave a comment below or reply to this email.